Hello, my name is Gerald, and I'm with Liberated Lens, a collective that works out of the Omni. I have with me Sister Adrionna Fike of the Mandela Foods Co-Operative. How you doing, sis?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay. Now, first of all, let's just start off. What is the Mandela Foods Cooperative, and where is it?
Mandela Foods Cooperative is a worker-owned grocery store. It's directly across the street from the West Oakland BART station, next door to Subway currently. We're in the process of expansion, and we're moving to the corner location. It's a space 3 times bigger than what we're currently in. It used to be the 99-cent store, so we've outlasted the 99-cent store and moving into their space, not their space, to the corner space directly across from the BART station. And we're currently fundraising for that. We've gotten some donors lined up, and we need $750,000 so that we won't be cash poor for the next 3 years. So this is becoming a real community effort, and people are, kind of self-selecting. I'll help, I'll pitch in, I'll donate. We have a little jar on our counter at the cash register when people check out or just come in, that people can put some coins in or put some dollars in toward that effort as well.
That's a great location, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your location now is nice, but then to get that corner.
Yeah.
The little parking lot around the corner, it's just perfect.
More visibility, and in terms of food access, that's what we need. Not only, having fresh food available, but being something that people respect and acknowledge as an actual grocery store. Because people still come in the co-op and they look in and they see the things and they say, what kind of store is this? They don't really see it as a grocery store, somewhere that they can shop in with all the things that they may need. So we're sort of changing that perception with the size of the space, even though a quarter of the space is going to be West Oakland Health Center's pharmacy. So it's going to be a really great just set up an opportunity for people who wouldn't traditionally come into the food co-op based on whatever blockages or unknowns there are, to flow through the store and see all the fresh produce and the products and the alternatives and the herbs and the spices and the black farmers' produce and local produce and all the things and all the smells before they go into the pharmacy and have to pick up pharmaceuticals due to illness or support family members picking up pharmaceuticals. They could also come in, see the herbs, see some alternatives, read some books on natural healing and health, pick up some water. We'll have a water machine, so yeah, it's a lot of great.
I can't wait. I want to see y'all giving it some thought. Well, I'm wondering now, just take a step back. For our listeners and viewers that don't have experience in the question of cooperatives, what is a workers' cooperative?
So a worker cooperative is what it sounds like, where the workers cooperate. So the workers cooperate to run the business. So in our case, we're a food co-op. There are many different, in all industries, there are cooperatives. But we're a food co-op, we're a grocery cooperative, and we're actually changing the name of our business from Mandela Foods Cooperative to Mandela Grocery Cooperative, as you can see on our shirt, just to give it very clear to everyone that this is a grocery store.
Where you buy food,
right, where we have food. So in our case, the workers own this grocery store. So there's a pathway to ownership, which is also a unique, just hiring, work, career structure. Like there's so much promise in it, in that I know I'll have a job. If the recession hits, I know that we'll vote to maintain our jobs, and we'll figure that out. Yeah. We're like the opposite of a recession. It's a very generative model. There's a lot of education, learning, support built into the worker cooperative. We have a vast network that we're building, growing, and stepping into and accepting within the worker cooperative community. Nationally, there's the U.S. Federation of Worker Cooperatives. More locally, regionally, there's a network of Bay Area worker cooperatives.
What's that called?
No Boss. So No Boss is an acronym.
Hey.
Profound acronym.
Wait a minute. If you ain't got no boss, ain't nobody gonna do no work. That's what they told me. Universal laziness without somebody running around dogging you all day. What do you have to say to that? To explain to the public. Come on.
So cooperatives, worker cooperatives are principled, globally known. One of the principles is voluntary. It's just voluntary work. So nobody's forcing me to work at the cooperative. It's something that I self-selected into. I want to join this cooperative because I'm committed. The seventh principle of worker cooperatives is concern for the community. The reason why I work at Mandela Foods Co-Operative, I'm from LA, rather than any other store in the world, is because I'm concerned for the community in the place that I ended up living in, the Bay Area. And I was living in West Oakland before I worked at the cooperative. I shopped at the cooperative. I believe in our liberation through what we eat.
Okay.
And through how I spend my money.
Unless you eat some decent food.
Right.
You know?
And how we spend our money. So it was very important, critical, and crucial for me to support Mandela Foods Cooperative.
So in other words, what you're suggesting is that by people dealing with Mandela Grocery Cooperative, the money stays in the community. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, to an extent, to which we can tell you where your money is going when you buy your groceries at Mandela.
Okay.
Every single penny.
I like that. Well, okay. Well, tell me then a little bit about this project, equity, and then, well, let's start with that. Project Equity, what is that? And that has something to do with this no boss business?
So Project Equity is an Oakland-based organization that is supporting us in a major way right now. It started out with a couple of women who wanted to help, build some equity into the workforce, in the work system, through a lens of worker cooperatives. And currently what they're doing is they're converting traditional organizations and businesses into worker cooperatives. So, local businesses specifically, like local businesses in Oakland, for example, look to Project Equity when you're ready to turn your business over to the future, to future hands. Say you're aging out, or say you're ready to retire. Say you want to make a career change, but you want to maintain your business.
Or say that the boss mismanaged the funds. Let's just say,
it happens.
It could happen, right? And then now he's out or going to jail.
Right.
And now we sitting up here with a business as skills and workers. We could form, in other words, a cooperative becomes a very real option to continue surviving and a business surviving.
Right.
Is that right?
It's a conversion. So what they help to is convert traditional or conventional or failing businesses perhaps, and turns the business over to the workers.
I'm just shaking my head, no, because I'm so ignorant and I'm learning this stuff. And I think it's so important to know that there are options given we could have 50% unemployment in some neighborhoods in Oakland, 50%. So I'm looking at this Jackson Rising, a book that I just read, and I actually know some of these folks. And they won an election in the city of Jackson, Mississippi, and immediately their political opponents, decapitalized the city and took the resources out of the city. And so now they're advocating for forming worker-owned cooperatives as a means of survival. What do you do when the capitalist closes down their factories, leaves an area? We have to live, so you're going to sell poison to your mother? How are we going to live? That's right. How do we survive? And it looks like, from what you're saying at least, choosing a cooperative, making that an option that people are simply unaware of, it looks like to me. So we have to do something about that. But right now, let's go to the film, okay? Let's get on the film. Our film is Food for Change. We are partnering, Liberated Lens is partnering up with you guys from Mandela, and we're going to show this film, Food for Change. It's going to be at the Omni, and the date we agreed on is?
April 15th on tax day.
Okay, but you know what? Come on down. You ain't got to forget about your worries. Give it to them the next day. Lay it for them. That's right. But now tell us a little bit about the film, Food for Change. This film is about?
It's about food co-ops and the food co-op movement and the evolution of food co-ops within the cooperative realm, and the possibility of not only food co-ops but cooperatives in general, and also remembering what cooperation is in terms of the planet and how ecology works and how systems works and how life works and how death works, and how cooperation is what drives the harmony and what drives the generation, what keeps it moving, not the blocks.
I saw the trailer, and I thought it actually I liked it because what you're saying is true. That's what the film is about. But they also show concretely actual people carrying this out, and I think it's piqued my interest. I want to see it, and you know what, you guys out there, you're going to want to see it because it's an excellent film. This is the type of community education that we need, and here it's going to play a positive role because the funds will go to help.
Yeah, the funds will go to help support the filmmaker and his works and also help fund our expansion. And we're also splitting the doors with Liberated Lens. So it's a cooperative funding cycle.
Good.
It's all good. So everyone gets paid. The maker gets paid. The distributor gets paid. The producers of the space get paid. The food cooperative gets paid in funding our future. So I think this is what it's all about. And you ask, for what is it all about? Where do we go when they defund us? And I want to say we go back to the land in terms of the food co-ops. So we have connections with our farmers. Mm-hmm. So we have our connection with our black and our brown farmers.
And I love him.
So we don't, Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Right. So we don't have to worry, I don't think we have to worry about where we get our food from. We need to worry about, gasoline. We need to worry about alternatives.
But we do have to worry if we don't know.
That's true.
And that's why this conversation is important and the film is important. And it looks like Mandela Foods is important. I want to tell you something though. Let's go. Don't you want to tell people, people think you got to be rich to go to Mandela Mandela Foods, grocery. Well, you know what? I went in there and, my little monies, I'm dealing with, the minimum. Yeah. So I was unable to make some. And then I found out some purchases. Then I found out you guys accept food stamps, don't you?
Yeah, we accept food stamps. We've accepted food stamps from day one. We open as a community need for access to affordable food. And we're trying to offer that without exploiting people within the food system. And in order to do that, you have to play fair. And the playing field isn't so fair. So a lot of the local products and the natural foods that we have access to are more expensive, the cost to us, than buying cheap food that you buy in the corner stores, in the liquor stores, even in Target and in Walgreens. The cost of those items are so low, and those corporations are making so much money off of those products, selling it to you for a deceptively cheap price. So we have to understand the cost of food. We have to support our local makers and funding those systems so that they can bring their costs down so that our food can be sold in the market at a more affordable, perceived affordable price.
And quality, when it comes to food, is more important than quantity. Well, that's going to be it for us now, and I want to just thank you so much for coming and for that great interview, okay?
Thank you.
So once again, we're going to have the film, and that is
Food for Change.
Food for Change.
We're excited.
April 15th.
Yeah, we're also going to show it in October. October is Co-op month, so we're going to also screen it. We'll probably screen it in our new store, so that's going to be a great thing. We're going to do something big for that. So Food for Change, you see it once, see it twice, buy it, show it to you, give it. It's an important film for the future of humanity. And for our audience, the Omni is located 4799 Shattuck. And Mandela Foods is located currently at 1430 7th Street in West Oakland, moving to 1440 7th Street in West Oakland.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.